Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you the basics of using the Garden Journal app for iPhone, available through the Apple App Store. After you've downloaded and installed Garden Journal, open it up, and after the initial loading page, you'll see an empty journal list until you add your first journal entry. The first thing you'll want to do is add a new plant, so let's get started. Click the blue plus sign in the upper left-hand corner. This opens a new journal details page. You'll be spending a lot of time here as you grow to love using Garden Journal. Let's review how to use each of the app's features. The app allows you to load photographs from your photo library, or if you prefer, take a photograph while you're in the garden using your phone's camera. In this example, I'll add a photograph from my photo library. To delete a photo, simply swipe it with your finger, then click the Delete Picture button. The next feature is the plant name input box. It's important to plan ahead how you enter this information because, as you'll see, the name is used in multiple places in the app, including an indexed alphabetized listing of your plants on the front page of the app, and for web searches, which we'll talk about a little later in this demo. This is important. Notice the faded gray placeholder text that reads, "Enter, then click Return Key." After entering the plant name, always click the Return key on the pop-up keyboard before moving on. If you don't, the name won't be saved and you'll see a pop-up alert telling you to enter the name of a plant even though a name has already been entered. I'll demonstrate the correct way of entering a plant name, saving the journal entry, and then returning to the plant details page to continue with this demo. As you can see, the plant name is saved, and we can continue with the demo. Okay, so far you've added a photograph, entered a plant name. Now let's add some notes. This is where Garden Journal's design is very flexible to accommodate the way you prefer to standardize your note-taking. As you'll see, the yellow text view scrolls, allowing you to add as much information as required to document your plant's information. After entering your notes, click Save. Don't forget to try your phone's dictation feature to enter your notes instead of typing by hand. This is especially useful while viewing notes when you're outside in the garden or on a busy landscape project. Let me demonstrate this. The next feature is the Plant Performance Rating Tracker. The idea is to document your plant's performance, giving it a rating of 1 through 10 based on your own criteria. The next feature is the Sun Exposure tab. Here you'll want to track the actual conditions of the plant in the garden. For example, in your plant notes, let's say that you recorded that the plant supplier recommends full sun, but in your situation the plant is actually in partial shade. Tracking this information will provide a reminder in the future that will help assess the plant's performance rating, which you may decide needs to be adjusted based on new information. The last feature on the plant details page is a simple on-off switch for tracking purposes. Use it as a visual reminder as to whether you tested the soil's pH, for example. Finally, click the Save button in the lower left corner to save your completed journal entry. Congratulations! You've added your first plant. If you're not satisfied with the entry you just completed, click the Edit button on the plant listings page to delete your entry. If you do decide to keep it, great. The fun is just beginning. It's time to explore more Garden Journal features. The next feature I want to describe is doing a web search without leaving the app. For example, let's go out to the web to do some research on the plant we just added. Earlier I mentioned the importance of the plant name field. It turns out the Garden Journal has a built-in web browser that uses the plant's name as the web search term in the browser. This was done without leaving the app. In this example, I'm going to go to Wikipedia and look for information about the rose. In this example, we'll just copy and then we'll paste some of this information back into our journal entry. Now that we have a completed journal entry, it's time to share what we've learned. Share your journal entry using email or your favorite social media app. It's easy, just click the share button on the same action sheet we saw in the previous example. The email includes everything you entered into the journal details page, including the photograph. The last feature I want to cover is using Garden Journal's feature for locating nearby garden centers. It locates and then maps nearby garden centers and provides 3 display views: map view, satellite view, and hybrid view. I'll demonstrate this now.